Hello, and welcome to My Soul's Journey. This is the second video of my series in which I'm telling you the story of how I came back to the Catholic faith after being an atheist for many, many years and then going through all of the New Age ideology, Eastern religions and yoga and all of that, and now I am back to being a Catholic after many, many years. So one of the things that I started to notice during this journey was the difference in looking for an internal experience, a personal experience, something that would make me understand, like looking for an supernatural experience. And that was very interesting during my Kundalini yoga teacher training and all of those years that I practiced Kundalini yoga, is that it's a very internal experience into your soul. And it's beautiful because it does make you see the internal landscape of your life and your soul. But it has this I think it's a little trip, because you're expecting to have an experience. And I realized when I started to go to first a non-denominational church that it was very emotional, very entertaining. The rock band playing their beautiful songs, doing worship, and it gets very emotional, but it's lacking like the ritual part, the deepening of, how do we really worship? Is it an experience for me or is it for God? And I started to question that and realize that I shouldn't be looking for an experience, a supernatural experience or an emotional experience when I'm worshiping God, when I'm trying to get closer to God. Why, and this is where pride comes in, why should I expect anything like that to happen? I'm just, another sinner, another human. And why would I think that I need a special experience? And so, I started to read the Bible on my own, and I went through the Gospels for the first time ever in my life. And I remember talking with a friend, telling her, I can't believe all of the miracles that Jesus did. All of these stories, I didn't know most of them, honestly. And so I was very surprised. And then I started to think, wow, even with all of those miracles that Jesus did in his life here on earth, there were people that didn't even believe in him then, seeing him do all those miracles. And so again, I started to think, okay, there's no need for me to have a supernatural experience in order for me to believe or to trust God's will, because I'm nothing special. And I mean, I am, of course, like we all are, children of God, and I do believe that we have this little spark of God in us, and that's our soul. But there's no reason why God would reveal himself to me in a supernatural way. And so that's one of the things that I started to notice, that change in my quest for the spiritual journey. So I decided I didn't want to be entertained, that's not the reason for me to worship on Sundays. And that's when in combination with yearning to see Jesus in the cross when I'm worshiping, I decided to go back to the Catholic Church, and I started to go to Mass, and it has been a beautiful experience. One of the things that I did bring with me to Mass from my yoga and Kundalini experience is the meditation, is the trying to be very, very present, very, very aware, to pay great attention during every part of the Mass. And I think that brings, that heightens the experience. But again, I'm not looking for a supernatural, experience with God while I'm at the Mass, but it does happen in a way, right? Like I notice after I take communion that my mind completely goes quiet, and I'm just filled with God's love, and I just feel like this internal reverence, and everything quiets down. But even that, I've learned since I started to go to Mass that we are not supposed to, take communion and have this individual experience. We're supposed to take communion, sit down, and be present, be witness to all of us taking communion, participating in God's banquet. And again, it's not just like a individual experience, but we're holding each other as brothers and sisters of the faith in that part of the Mass after communion. And so the change in that perspective really helped me to understand what we're doing in Mass. It's not for me. Mass is not an experience for me. It's for me to participate in the body of the church all together in offering the biggest sacrifice at the altar through the sacrament of the Holy Communion. And I feel just so blessed to be able to participate. And I do love that, I still don't know everything that we're supposed to say after every part of Mass, but, I'm doing my best. And I love to sing all the songs we sing. And especially, I love the energy that the priest brings into the Mass, his reverence, the ritual, the tradition, knowing that we have been doing the same Mass for I don't know how many hundreds of years, if not, thousands of years. We have been celebrating Mass the same way. I know that there's been some changes throughout. I know that it used to be in Latin and then it changed. I understand that. But basically, we've been doing Mass, celebrating the same way since the beginning of Christianity. And another thing that I really love is thinking that anywhere in the world that we go to Mass in the Catholic Church on Sunday, we're all going to be hearing the same readings out of the Bible, the same Psalms, and it's gonna be celebrating whatever feast or part of the liturgical calendar that we're celebrating. All over the world, it's the same, and that is just amazing. And you feel connected to all your brothers and sisters of the faith throughout this union of the church. We're all doing the same thing. We're all listening to the same words. We're all chanting the same songs. And I think that's amazing and beautiful. So that's, I guess, the second part of my soul's journey back into Catholicism. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you join me in my channel. Please follow along and like and share if you like to. And God bless you. Have a great day.